Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Wednesday to you all. Hopefully, your week is going nicely, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. I think I can confidently speak for every single K-pop fan out there in the world that whenever your alt group has a brand new release, it's always going to be a great day. Today is no exception because my K-pop alt group of all alt groups, Dreamcatcher, are back with brand new music. Not just a brand new title track, but we have a brand new mini album to check out, their 10th mini album, and oh, I'm always so excited when it comes to brand new Dreamcatcher music. They make the type of music that I love listening to, and they just keep me coming back for more every single time. And this time around, well, thankfully, I have no idea what to expect in terms of concept, in terms of sound, in terms of what type of storyline, if there is going to be any this time around. All I know is last time around with the Villains EP and OOTD, it was a very big switch up, especially with the title track. OOTD was a big kind of shock to the system. And, well, I'm very curious to see how they play off of that, because it looks like they may have started a brand new kind of era in a way. So we had their Apocalypse era with Maison, Bon Voyage, and Vision. That's in the wrong order. And then we've got the Versus series with the Villains EP and OOTD, and we've got the Virtuous EP with Justice this time around. So let's quickly dive into it. Here we go! And I now get to go and update that intro to something from the Justice MV. Well, oh, are we too early for captions? We might be too early for captions. That's okay. We'll figure it out later. One little bit of admin to get out of the way, and then one little kind of piece to camera, so to speak. We are going to be doing the album. I'll record it immediately after this, because I don't want to wait any longer. So keep your eyes peeled for that if it isn't out already. But, of course, unfortunately, with this era, in terms of promotions and live stage performances and stuff like that, we're going in a member down because Shion's taking a mental health break. That was announced pretty early on in the comeback preparations, which honestly, shout out DCC for making that plug early. Just we know for a fact that she can take the time to get on the mend, take some time for herself, and then come back better and stronger. So, Shion, miss ya. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're on a quick but full path to recovery. So, new music time. Let's go. May they descend as heralds of justice. Oh, it was going too fast. I couldn't read it with the dramatic voice. Wait, hold on a second. It's got a dark... We've got swords back in MVs! Yes! Also, vocalist Dami, hello, ma'am. God, I love how heavy this sounds. Did you hear the choir in the background? Wait, is that the pre-chorus? Do we have the modern spiritual successor to Deja Vu cooking? Oh! Really interesting phaser effect on the vocals there.
tension 끌어올려 rising emotion 멈추지 않아 날 지킬 sunray show me what I'm looking for 고통에 몸부림치지만 그럼에도 나를
This kind of low-key, relaxed Dami, I think is a slept-on version of rapper Dami. Like, she's so relaxed, but she's so cool doing it. It's one of those choruses that just does not hold back on the release. And really cool that the rhythm pattern of the drums speeds up in the second half of the chorus there. And the reset all the way down from the bottom. It's still going. Oh my goodness. Well, who was the mysterious eighth person there at the end? Ooh. You know what? You know what? It's heavy Dreamcatcher. It's heavy Dreamcatcher once again. And this time, they've done it in a way that very much feels reminiscent of some of their older stuff. Like, it's got the heaviness that I feel like I haven't heard from since... Oh gosh, I don't even know what Japanese album that is. With, like, Don't Light My Fire on it. It's got that really bottom-end heavy rock concept to it. With the kind of theatrical dramaticism that you got from back in Deja Vu era, Rate of Dream. Like, that's 5-6 years ago at this point now. I just think that's so neat. And it still feels very new because it's got a lot of modern kind of composition and arrangement styles put into it. It doesn't feel exactly the same as old heavy rock Dreamcatcher did, and overall, it is a little bit overwhelming just because there's so much and it's so loud. But honestly, when it comes to Dreamcatcher and when you get to their like powerful songs, to be overwhelmed is kind of expected at this point, so I'm gonna give it a pass on that, and honestly, mission accomplished indeed. But oof. Off of first listen, Justice does resonate with me better than OOTD did. Like, OOTD was really out of the box for me, and it took a little while to grow. I do like Justice off of first rip more than I did OOTD, but I reckon Justice does still have some growing room left for it to like even develop into a song that I really like in comparison to a song that I like. So, send it back to the beginning. Hold on. I love that it's almost open-ended how this song starts. And when you get Jiu's vocals coming in that really low 808 setting the pace for the song, then you kind of feel that darkness behind it. You feel the dramaticism behind it. But you still don't really know if you're going to get a song that just kind of is a slower pace and has a lot of power like Deja Vu, or if it's going to be a song that eventually just develops into something super fast a la Chase Me, or if it's going to have a completely different spin on things later down the road. We don't really know that yet, and that kind of anticipation feeling, especially when it comes to Dreamcatcher, feels like it's been done quite a lot, and it feels comforting to know that they can still have that that musical anticipation feeling, or at least that's how I feel going into this. Oops, wrong button.
서툰 증오와 뒤틀림 속에 survive, survive. Oh, guiding me up. 모든 빛이 잠들지 못하게 큰 숨을 몰아쉬고
Vocal Tommy.
find with us. Killing me.
And then getting Handong with her naturally low timbre voice too coming in. It's like we kind of get like the low vocal section here in the second half of verse 1. I think that's really neat because honestly, I love Handong's low voice. I love Tommy's singing voice. She has this really different way of approaching her vocal lines with a kind of a different power to it. And I think that's why her rap verse in verse 2 it feels more poignant because it's that really chill, laid back vibe, but her vocal moment has that punch to it. Historically, I feel like it would have been the other way around, and I think that's really cool. And then having Guyon with that kind of bridge between the high and the low vocals is has always been so smart. But this choir in the background that builds up. And now we've got like the first vibe switch, right? We've dropped the low rumbling 808. We're bringing in the hard rock guitars now. Those are going to take over for the beat. We've got the crunch, we've got the grit, and yet we've still got this powerful step every single major beat. And it's use drum fill. And this is essentially where the deja vu motif comes in, right? You've got the big string section, you've got the big rock release, you've got the really long held note. Except this time, it's not just like a natural held vocal. We've got a really rather odd phaser effect thing going on where the vocals, you hear it like cut out, like that. I think it's one of the more kind of elaborate vocal mods that we've gotten from a Dreamcatcher song. Because I feel like Dreamcatcher usually, like the music team behind Dreamcatcher music, usually leaves their vocals pretty untouched. Like, sure, we've got songs like Break the Wall that has like the megaphone effect, or we've got sometimes like the telephone effect, or a little bit more digital sound thing, but nothing to this extent. I think is really interesting. And that drum section right at the end of that phrase, it's like the chorus has two major phrases, like half A and half B, and each phrase ends with an accelerated drum pattern. I think it's just that part too. Everything else has this almost like marching slow pace to it, and then all of a sudden you feel it speed up. And then when the vocal changes, we're back to that slower pace again. And then we slow it back down. I think that's so neat. And then again, the whole contrast thing with Dami, right? It's the idea of having powerful vocal Dami in verse 1, but this really chill, laid-back rapper Dami in verse 2. You'd think when we get rap verses that the rap verse would get the most power behind it. Not the case. It's the other way around. And interestingly, I think the vocal part in verse 1, like the instrumental around it, isn't very powerful either. So her vocal stands out even more than I think it realistically does. And so then you bring it into here, really calm, kind of chill vibe, low tones on the rap verse with the really low and chill back instrumental. How most K-pop groups will arrange their music. You know, rap verse, drop the instrumental out so the rapper can take over. I think that kind of combination really makes the second verse just feel so like kick back and relax vibe. And that's so interesting because Dami's verses don't really give off like a chill, laid back vibe. Her tone does, but her rhythm is always snappier. It's got some bite to it depending on the song. Where's the bridge? Oh, it's hot. Oh my goodness. Hate the vocal harmony. And this reset for the final chorus is like haunting. It's so pretty, but there's so much reverb going on, and it feels like the song itself, not just the vocal, the song itself is like reverberating back and forth. And I think that's the effect of it is so cool. But that bridge too, it's like you've already got a pretty dramatic, big, heavy chorus beforehand, but it just builds on top of it. Even though the song on paper does drop out a little bit, you still feel that dramaticism building, that heaviness build. And then once it kind of like spews out the top, and we have to reset into that final chorus, then we get into this like mysterious, spine-chilling, haunting vibe with Yuyeon taking the reins vocally. It's just like, oh, hold on a second. Wait, they're cooking a little bit. Oh! There's a reason why Dreamcatcher have been my alt group for so long, ever since I found them through, simply enough, it was Shion's Paradise, how I found out about Dreamcatcher, right before Tree of Language, Dystopia Tree of Language. So it's been, what, 4 or 5 years since finding Dreamcatcher and just alt-standing them since then? It's been a great time, and it still is a great time. It's Dreamcatcher. It's got the Dreamcatcher heaviness and the Dreamcatcher, like, hardness that I always frequently go out and search for. But this isn't it. We still have B-sides to get to, and knowing Dreamcatcher, we are bound to get some top-tier B-sides. So I'm going to jump on over and do those real quick. But for the MV, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I'll always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.